How you doing, guys? Malik over at Modern Pawn. Today we're going to be talking about the new Griffin Armament 22 Suppressor. We've had these on order for quite a while now. Griffin has finally got them all produced, and they sent us a big old box full of them. We ordered these back in SHOT Show in January, and we're now just getting them, but we're real happy to see them. They were prototypes at the SHOT Show. They weren't commercially available. We ordered them without hearing them, or really without even seeing a final production product. And they showed up and they did not disappoint. These are very, very cool little suppressors. The dominant feature of this suppressor right here, the coolest thing about this, it is a 3-lug fast attach style 22 suppressor. So push and twist, pops right off. It works very, very well. When the can goes on, it goes on in any 3 directions. It doesn't matter which 3 lugs you line it up with. You push and turn about a quarter of a turn, and the suppressor is seated. Once it's seated, it's pretty nice and tight. I was pretty impressed with it for it being a relatively small adapter that you use to attach the suppressor to the pistol. It holds nice and tight and snug. There's not a lot of wobble or wiggle. It looks real good as well. Griffin Armament's done a real good job. Nice clean laser engraving on the outside of an aluminum tube. The rest of the internal parts are all stainless steel. Stainless steel baffle stack, and all of the fast attach components are stainless steel. Let's show you what you get in the box. Instruction manual, suppressor, a very cool little tool, and some swag. Nice multicam pouch that you can put on molly or on a belt gear. Very cool little pouch for the suppressor. It comes with the kit. All the small parts on this suppressor right here, guys, are stainless steel, high-grade stainless. I think it's 17.4 or some other high-grade stainless steel. So, 1/2x28 coupler right here, 3-lug, very nicely machined, good-looking part. What you do with that, you tighten that on the end of your weapon. This one's a little dirty and greasy because we've been shooting the can, and that stays on the gun. So then put it back in place, push down on the spring, snaps right on. So you get one of these with the suppressor and the tool. The tool's got a bunch of cool features on it. You've got the female, male counterparts for this piece right here, for the back cap, and for this tool. So you can tighten your adapter on, and you can remove your back cap right here with that tool, like that. You have a 1911 bushing wrench, a 1/2 inch and a 3/8 inch open-ended wrench, a screwdriver, a bottle opener, and a lanyard provision. It is made out of aluminum, so it's nice and lightweight. It's not some giant bulky piece of crap you're not going to carry, and it is also very well made. Good looking piece right there. They designed the suppressor to come, the front cap to come off with just the use of your hands. They kind of gave it some little notches. If you just use the palm of your hand, it comes off quite easily. Once you take the front cap off, everything should pour out. All these baffles, guys, and there's a whole bunch of them in there, are all stainless steel. Nice, well-made, machined-looking stainless steel baffles. It looks like we've got 13 baffles. There is one baffle that is different. I don't know if it's a thicker profile or what it is, but this one with the notch, if you can see that, this one's notched and this one's not. This is the rear baffle, or the initial blast baffle of the stack. You have a spring and a sleeve that couples with your fast attach, and then you have your back cap right here. Everything, including the back cap, is removable. You can use your tool right here to take this guy off as well. So 100% disassemblable. That is just a tube right there. The rest of your parts are all right there. Easy to get to, clean, maintain, keep your suppressor running top notch. One of the other cool features about the suppressor, guys, is it comes in 2 configurations. You can buy it as a fast attach configuration that we've been showing you, like this one, or you could buy it without these parts right here And instead, it has this part right here, which is just a traditional direct thread on. If you need that little extra bit of precision, or for whatever reason, a fast attach is not going to work for your application, you can either buy the suppressor already set up with the direct thread on, or you can buy it as an accessory part. I think they're about 30 bucks or 35 bucks for this piece right here. And again, a nice quality piece of stainless steel that's been very well machined. So you can delete the fast attach part and make it a direct thread on suppressor with this piece right here. Once you get all these baffles back in there, you now have a traditional direct thread suppressor if that's what you need. So you have the option of going between the two with one suppressor. Reassembly, guys, is pretty straightforward. Your back piece in first, then the spring, the collar. This collar, you want the flange towards the muzzle end, towards the exit, then your spring, then your notch baffle, and then you just put all these baffles back in there. There's really no order to how these baffles need to go back in there. They just need to go back in with the cup out. Again, the cup towards the muzzle end, towards the end cap, not the front of the suppressor, I would say. You put the front cap on, you will feel that spring starting to compress slightly. It's not a lot of force needed. It goes back together. Again, beautifully made, high quality suppressor. One of the really nice features of this suppressor, guys, is the price. $399 buys you a suppressor, an attachment, a tool, a multicam pouch, and a really high performance suppressor for $399, by the way. This right here is the Element from AAC. This has been our gold standard suppressor for a long time here at the shop. We found that this to be one of the best suppressors on the market, bar none. They have a new Element 2 now, which is the same baffle stack with a different rear cap, a little slightly different look to the suppressor. But again, gold standard around here. I think these average about a 41 decibel sound reduction rating. They're all stainless steel and 22 Magnum rated. What you have here, guys, is a $399 suppressor that is rated for 40 decibels of sound reduction. Griffin Armament says these are rated for 22 Magnum rifles and 17 HMR rifles. You can shoot, obviously, any of the 22s, pistols, and rifles as well. The Griffin Armament is really a really nice, budget-minded suppressor. It is not over the top on price. It seems to be built very, very well. Let's go shoot one, see how it sounds. All right, guys, Griffin Armament, AAC Element. We're going to be using Gemtech's 22 suppressor ammo for this test right here. Let's give you the Element first. This is the AAC Element. First round pop was a little noticeable. After that, it was nice and quiet. Definitely very, very hearing safe. It's an awfully quiet suppressor. We're completely indoors right now, so this is the Griffin Armament with the same Gemtech ammunition. Really, actually, a less noticeable first round pop on the Griffin. It had a slightly different sound to the Griffin, but I don't think it's any louder or quieter. I couldn't tell any difference. Could you tell, Kyle?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, it sounded about the same, one can versus the other. The Element did have a little bit more of a first round pop, and it seemed to go a little bassier after that. This one kind of seemed to keep the Griffin Checkmate seemed to keep a little more consistent sound from shot to shot. Let's give that another try. The ammunition we're using to test here, guys, is the Gemtech 22 silencer subsonic ammunition. It's a 42 grain bullet traveling 1,020 feet per second, so it's still a very full power load. It still has a bunch of powder behind it, but it does not have any sonic crack. Sometimes when you're testing these suppressors, especially on 22s, the sonic crack of it going supersonic can make it difficult to listen to the suppressor itself. All right, guys, we're going to do these side by side. We got both guns with the same ammunition. We have the Element here on the Mosquito and the Griffin Armament on the P22. I'll tell you what, guys, that sound is very close. I really couldn't tell a difference. I think on that side-by-side comparison right there, I did hear a little bit first round pop with the Griffin Armament as well as the AAC. That is a tight race in my opinion. Again, really similar sounding. The actual timbre of the sound is a little different from one to the other, but we're also not using the exact same host weapon, so you know, some of that action noise is going to sound different on one versus the other. AAC Element, the Griffin Armament Checkmate. The Checkmate suppressor from Griffin Armament is about a ½ inch longer. I put them on the scale. It is also about 7 grams heavier, and 7 grams really is negligible. It's not very much at all, about 1/4 of an ounce heavier from the Griffin Armament to the AAC Element. The Element is a 41 decibel sound reduction versus a 40 decibel sound reduction. A 1 decibel difference. Most people will not be able to hear the difference if the two were shot side by side. This thing is way inside hearing safe. It is really silly quiet. The Griffin Armament Checkmate also has probably one of the coolest features right here of it being fast attach. Go check them out, guys. Griffin Armament, we have them here at the shop. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Check us out at facebook.com/modernpawnandguns. Check out the website modernpawnandguns.com. Stay safe.